Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Okay. This is so weird now. I can like actually see everything now. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. Alright. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Oh my gosh, I have not heard this. I haven't heard this in so long. Hey. It is so delayed, but who cares? Hey, there was some wow. Hey, there, wow. Yeah. Okay, dope. So, oh my gosh, I'm not used to this. What is up, YouTube? It is your boy Bento, and welcome back to Doki Doki Downpour. It's been so long, like actually, like I will not kid you. It has been so long since I've been on YouTube. And actually, we just check YouTube Studios real quick. Check when the last time the first part of this was published. October 20th. October 20th was when the first part was uploaded. And then I know you're going to be talking, this is part 3 though. Where's part 2? Well, guess what? I don't know. My laptop just hates me or something. I don't know. I had finished editing part 2. I had like recorded it in November or December. Alright, I took a month long off of that. Okay? I recorded it and I had edited it. And I tried some new tricks with it. And same thing with my audio file. I did some new things to it that I usually never have done, and that's effects. So I've done that and did all of that. I got it exported from my editing software and got it put into gosh darn YouTube Studios. But I have zero clue what happened. I left my thing running, having it upload to YouTube Studios, and then I came back to my room and for some reason it had an error in it. It had an error while uploading. And each time I tried to upload it again, it was stuck at 30%. And the thing is, like, I could have deleted it and then re-uploaded the video and whatnot. But the thing is, this is already a laptop, alright? It's not gonna... Okay, you know what? Get into the gosh darn thing. Get into the thing, alright? Get into the game. It's a laptop, so it's already enough that I don't have a lot of storage here and there, saying I have other things on here. But so what I do to save up on that, because usually each part is like an hour to 2 hour long segments, so that does take up a bit of space. So what I do is I usually upload it to the editing software. And once it's done getting edited, it gets exported and gets put into YouTube Studios and is uploading to YouTube Studios. I delete the video file and audio file with it to save up more space so I can record the other part. Yeah, that ended up becoming my downfall because I couldn't upload the video yet again because I had deleted them. I didn't have the files, I didn't have the audio file, and what I don't like doing is pretending my reactions to things. So I didn't want to make a part 2 again and then like go through the things that I've already gone through and fake an act. Like, I like giving my real time reaction to it because It's something I've never seen. So, yeah, there's that. So it's been since October. I hope you guys had a very nice Thanksgiving, a nice Christmas, and a nice New Year's. Mine was alright, I guess. But it's nice seeing my siblings open their presents and whatnot and get happy and all that. But anyways, what have I been doing since the last time? Well, nothing. I've just been at work and all that, getting my money up, and whatnot. It's so different because I got not to say a new setup, but I did change the area. The way I used to record videos was my laptop was basically the only screen I had. And so I would have it like, it's one of those flippable ones. So I flipped it into like tablet form and had it like a tent. So it stood up by itself. And then I had a keyboard connected to it and then a mouse connected to via USB. And that's how I made YouTube videos. And then I had a microphone on the side and whatnot. But now I have left that tiny desk to the side. I mean, it's still there. It's just right there. But I don't use it anymore. Near December, I think, I bought myself, and I've been wanting one for so freaking long, for like 2-3 years already. And now with adult money, I bought myself a new L-shaped desk, and it fits perfectly in my room and all that, and I made use of it. The TV I used to have on top of my dresser is now on here because it has a like little lift up stand part to it. So my TV stands right there. Laptop is like underneath it, all that and whatnot. Xbox to the side and whatnot. And because its TV uses HDMI, I pretty much just connect HDMI to my laptop and then it prompts up to my TV. So being able to have two things going at the same time simultaneously is a new experience for me, especially with recording. Because now, if I look at my TV has two tabs open, which half and half take off half and half of the screen. One is OBS, and the other one is Audacity, and I can legitimately watch it at real time, see if it's recording, and if it staggers or it lags anywhere here, which is nice. So what happened in part 2? To be honest, I recorded that thing in October. I couldn't tell you. So, same thing with part 1. I have zero clue what happened in part 1. But the thing is, I'm pretty sure we got introduced to them in part 1. But there's an unknown group of people that do not want us at this school and have been sending us threats and whatnot to us, telling us all sorts of things that if I say them wouldn't really be YouTube friendly. When have I really cared about being YouTube friendly? But that happened, and then we started getting closer to Natsuki. We broke into what did you say break into? Even though the windows was open? Yeah. We broke into an area of the school that was being renovated, so meaning there was absolutely no one there. And we broke there during lunch, and we basically just talked about stuff. What stuff? I don't know. All I know is that we talked. We ate stale things from a vending machine that no one used probably for years. And we now have a new walking buddy. And I tell you, that's basically most of what happened. Part 2. There's just mostly a lot of talking with Natsuki and the unknown group or unknown person. Oh, we did meet a new character as well. I think his name was Lucas. I think. Pretty sure bro is part of the soccer team. But anyway, let's leave. And it's been so long since I've done this. It's been so long since I've done voices, or attempt at voices, and right now I'm like recuperating from being sick. So we'll see how that works out. But yeah. Okay. Let's see how this works. I shan't neglect my duties as Sayuri's alarm clock. I'd ask her to set one for herself, but I guess I'm a little like her in this regard. I'm gonna have to use my mouse for this because I am like having to reach for my spacebar. And that is not comfortable. So we'll just use my mouse for this. I'll just have my mouse in my hand. I very much don't mind hearing her voice in the morning. Okay, there we go. I missed this. Ring, 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 phone call, ring, 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 phone call. Okay. I am not looking for... Hehe, right on schedule, Bento. Sayori. You sound like you're in high spirits this morning. Dad saved a stray kitty last night. A little black one. He's so cute. We're thinking about keeping him. Well, what about Mochi? I remember she hates cats. We had to put Mochi down 2 years ago. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I never should have. It's fine. You didn't know. And you were back. My mother walked into my recording and she had to say stuff to me. Okay. I already forgot what I stopped saying. You didn't know, and I've had 2 years to get over it, so... Mochi was a little blue-eyed husky. No, not a husky dog! Sayuri known almost her entire life. Mochi was unusually small for her breed, but protective, rambunctious, and loud all the same. The dog was there for Sayuri and her mother even after her biological father left them. Damn. Mochi was there for Sayuri even when My mom's always been a dog person, and me too, I guess. But I think this is a cool change of pace, you know? Dad's already in love, at least. Have you thought of a name? Pepper! Pepper? The English word? Yeah, I forgot. We're in Japan. I specifically thought of one of those big brain English names you would come up with. And I arrived at Pepper. You just name everything after food, don't you? Huh? Pepper is a spice, not a food. Chili pepper, jalapeno, habanero, capsicum in general. I don't know what any of those words mean, so I'll just say, yes. Okay, sorry. Go get ready for school. Thanks for checking up on me. I love you, Bento. Yeah, of course. Love you too. This is awkward. Bro, why does it sound each time we hang up the phone or like put it down, it sounds like a freaking Pokeball is opening. You just caught Charmander. God, I'm such an asshole. At least we managed to steer the conversation towards something happier at the end there. That was awkwardness, not happier. That's straight up awkwardness. The news should be on right now. Kiki17 and that creepy ass news anchor ready to deliver the latest while hopped up on caffeine and coke. You know what? Sure. Let's look at this. Let's look at this gosh darn person that comes from. Crap! I forgot that name. The name of the game. Let's see what doom and gloom awaits us today. Oh my gosh. You're very creepy. Despite the inclement weather, preparations for this year's Sabumatsuri are still underway. This festival has been hosted by the Kuroshin Keiritsu for the past 24 years. Why does it have to static? Hori Tadashi, CEO of the Rin Soda Company, has proclaimed his commitment to seeing the festival through to every last detail, including the parade scheduled to tour downtown. Hori went on to promise this Sabumatsuri will be the most lavish and technically impressive to date, with a host of floats, stands for business this big and small, fireworks, and live music. When prompted on how exactly their engineers are planning on utilizing fireworks in this torrential weather, he simply said we will need to wait and see. This Sabumatsuri is just one among the attractions still scheduled for autumn. I didn't get to read that. Come on, dude, I didn't get to read that. I shut the TV off. The Sabumatsuri, huh? That might be a fun thing to check out whenever it happens. Look at me. Getting up on my own, getting dressed for school, and on my way on my own, walking to school on my own. I'm practically an adult. Maturity is an attractive trait, right? Hey, guys and gals, I'm single and a super great catch. God damn, I'm lonely. Oh my gosh, you and me both, man. You and me both. Oh my gosh. Whatever. My apparent maturity is probably my only attractive trait, if any at all. Shit. I need to keep the happy thoughts thing from earlier going. Whoa. Breathe in, breathe out. Put one foot in front of the other and face the day. You got this, Bento. At least this time, I won't be facing it alone. Yeah, we got a pink bundle of joy that's gonna come up out of nowhere and smack us in the back of our neck. I watched the already at it, aren't I? I watch the rainwater flow as I make my way downhill on the rain-soaked sidewalks and all the various detritus it carries to lower elevations. Garbage, mud, probably shit as well. Maybe Natsuki was right. Maybe all the filth really does flow downhill in more ways than one. We live in a society. As I chuckle at my own idle musings, an unmistakably candy-colored figure enters my view. She waits at a corner, pacing about impatiently. Ah, what the hell took you so long? Bet your lazy ass was oversleeping, weren't you? I swear, I always get stuck with the flighty, daydreaming, responsible types. Good morning to you, too. Are you kidding me? It's an absolutely shit morning. In case you haven't noticed, you and I are underneath umbrellas and absolutely ass ton of rain right now. Well, yeah, but that's been every day for the past 2 weeks now. Exactly! As long as this continues, every morning's gonna be a shit morning. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. If it's been raining for more than 2 days, I ain't going out. Apparently, the slasher went and carved up another bitch yesterday over at Ochi Street. She was from Shinozaki, though, a middle schooler, like you were a few months ago. Ochi Street? That's only a few blocks down from Surabato High, isn't it? Yeah. She was on her way home from school, too. walking alone, so yeah. But I ain't scared. Hell, that freak is the one who should be scared. He comes after us and I'll be like, wham, wham! Natsuki whips out a couple quick punches with her free hand. Her ponderous strength is such that the raindrops in front of her are completely shattered. Truly impressive. Maybe you should become a crime-fighting vigilante with fighting skills like those. You can even do the whole double life trick. Oh, woe is me. I must choose between fighting criminals or studying for my mathematics exam. You dork. I forgot we have to look at this gosh darn curve each time. I never got why those superhero type just don't quit their jobs or stop going to school. Would save them a lot of headache and heartache, wouldn't it? Presumably, it's because being a vigilante isn't really a paying job. Well, yeah. That's just why you loot the guys after you beat them up. Loot them? Like in a video game? They're criminals, right? So they gotta be carrying all sorts of cash from mugging and burgling and drug dealing and shit. Hey, that's just from the thugs, too. Once you graduate to the mob bosses and supervillains or whatever, strip their evil layers clean in cash for cash and valuables. You're gonna be rolling in dough by then. That does raise a few ethical questions though, like if these guys are criminals and supervillains, their money came from somewhere, right? It's probably all blood money. Knowing that, would taking that money for yourself really be the right thing to do? You're thinking way too hard on this. Besides, where does it go if not into your pocket? To the government? Fuck that. Yeah! Well, for what it's worth, it sounds like you make a pretty interesting and morally complex superhero, right? I'd be called the Vulture. Pretty sure that already exists, and is also a villain. As Natsuki and I continue on across the parking lot and towards the school doors, I look around among the throng of bobbing umbrellas to see if there's anyone I recognize. Izumi's face is the first I notice. Oh, I think it is Izumi. He laughs while gesticulates and occasionally wrestles with his circle of equally enthusiastic dude bro friends. Yeah, there's no way I'd fit in with that crowd. Try as I might, I can't seem to spot a bright red ribbon or a head of coral hair within the muttering mass of mankind. Either she's inside already or... Sorry, you better not gone back to sleep. Natsuki and I close our umbrellas and head inside the school to be welcomed by warm and dry air. So you're actually going to show up to class on time today, right? Of course. Tuesday was a fluke. We'll see about that. Lucky thing you got me around now. I'll kick your ass if you start trying to be irresponsible. I don't like seeing Natsuki in this corridor right here. It reminds me of Triple Trouble. I thoroughly inspect my shoes as well as my school bag for evidence of tampering, but the coast is mercifully clear for now. Oh right, last time, someone put a whole gosh darn razor blade inside our shoes. Thank goodness whoever was responsible for yesterday's nonsense seems to have better things to do at the moment. But they weren't subtle with it, like they legitimately placed it right in front of where the freaking entrance of the shoe was. Alright, kid, we need to get hustling and try not to get crushed in the crowd, okay? What started as a cram-stirring blob of indistinct students slowly splits off and filters with each classroom door our herd comes across. The voices quiet, the footfalls slow. Until, as before, there are none but myself and a whole lot of X chromosomes by the time we arrive to the home ed classrooms. Natsuki, excuse me? Natsuki, for her part, sticks close to me, a vibrant pink shade in the corner of my eye throughout the whole ordeal. She doesn't seem keen on fraternizing with her own species. I remember to print out and fill out that form the teacher demanded of me on Tuesday, so I hand that in now. She gives barely a grunt of acknowledgement before waving me off. Waving me off? Bitch, I am not a dog. Some of the girls separate off into their own counters and sinks, while others stick to groups or pairs, still happily chatting amongst each other while preparing their ingredients and tools. Natsuki and I form our own little pair as we clear an unoccupied counter and set a recipe book onto it. So today, miso cupcakes, matcha Swiss roll cake, miso butter cookies. We'll go simple. Cupcakes, because that's what Natsuki's known for. What the hell was that? As we're cleaning up after ourselves, the oven chime sounds calling our attention to the newborn cupcakes. The air smells thickly of chocolate as we approach the oven, tempting us ever closer with the promise of lovely sweet sugar. Said aroma only grows stronger after Natsuki swings the oven door open, blasting our faces with a rush of heat and mouth-watering sweetness. Hello there, my lovelies. And that is a thumbnail. She breathed in deeply, using her hand to coax the aroma into her nostrils like chefs always do in the TV shows. Yo! Let's get these bitches all frosted up. She slips on a pair of mittens and extricates. That is the first word I've seen. That is the first time I've seen that word. The pan from the oven as I close it behind her. Whoa, look at that. I don't like full base down chocolate cupcakes though. Not only does it smell great, but it's also cute as hell. As all hell. Chocolate cakes with buttermilk frosting is a tried and true combo, and the sprinkles add the extra flair for presentation. It's picture perfect, like it came straight out of the cookbook's photos. Hell, even better than that. After the instructor praises our work, more specifically Natsuki's work, we divide up our halves of our labor just as before. I forgot it. I always did that. I remember. Time flies when you're having fun, I guess. Home economics went by just like that, even though it's a 2-hour-long class. I would trade my classes for a home ec class, like swear. The company was appreciated as well. Natsuki lets out a groan and stretches her arms out as we cross the classroom door and find ourselves once more in the congested halls amidst the blended patter of bodies. Yeah, these old bones ain't what they used to be. Old? Natsuki, you're only... Wait, how old are you anyway? Yeah, I'm 15, dumbass. What else would I be? What, you think I got held back or something? Sorry. I just didn't want to make any assumptions is all. Well, in the spirit of not making assumptions, how old are you, Bento? Also 15. I look like a freaking 39-year-old hobo. Okay, so what? We're freshmen. A taunting smirk slowly stretches across Natsuki's face. The kind of expression one forms when conceiving a way of to be really annoying. Aw, you're just a little baby, aren't you? Little baby Bento. Does the baby want to... Lady, you're my age. Well, not really. Not my actual age, but my character is the same age as you. What do you mean? See, that's what I'm saying. Oh, for goodness, we're the same age, Natsuki. Yeah, but I bet... Oh, hi, how are you? Okay, let me figure out my voice. Excuse me. Sorry to trouble you, but have you seen a girl named Mayoshi Katsumi? She's supposed to be in your class. You know what, not? You got this. You got this. I haven't been in this school for too long. It only takes a moment's hesitation on my part for Natsuki to step forward and confront this guy. You know what kind of person hangs out in front of the class of all girls? What? You some kind of stalker or something? What do you want with me or whatever? Katsumi's my girlfriend. She hasn't been answering my calls or showing up to class since Tuesday. I thought she might have called sick or something, but... Don't care, perv. Go fuck yourself with a rake. Damn. Natsuki suddenly takes hold of my wrist and practically drags me away from the boy, who is barely able to stammer out an apology before we are out of earshot. Her face is darkened with an irritated scowl. Does she know more about this than she lets on? Whatever. Girl stuff, I guess. It's not my place to pry. Natsuki and I continue on, an awkward silence now permeating the air. I wouldn't have been so mean about it, but it didn't make him go away. After walking to the eastern wing of the school, where most of the science and math classes are held, we split off, with Natsuki heading into one of the classrooms while I continue upstairs. I definitely feel out of place here on the third floor, where all the third-year classes are. These senior kids are all so cool, but it's also kind of nice. They're also engrossed in their own lives and occupied speaking to the friends that they managed to keep in the past 3 years. They don't even spare me a second glance, which is absolutely preferable to the alternative. Besides, it's not like I belong anywhere else, either. Although, once I'm in the calculus room, all the coolness is suddenly replaced with tiredness. These kids look like they've been through some shit. Hopefully I won't look like this in 2 weeks. But given the pace our teacher seems to do his thing, it's not looking good for my mental and physical health. Speak of the devil. I turned my head to the front of the classroom to look upon the calculus teacher, only to realize... Just know if I had a face cam, if only I had a face cam, I'd be staring at it right now. I was not reading that. The next 2 hours could play out like an over-the-top shonen anime scene, complete with zoom-ins and inner monologue as I frantically scribble in my notebook trying to keep pace. Okay, so either way, whatever that girl was, either Natsuki knows something, or second, you're hearing about the slasher and all that, she's probably dead. She was probably one of his victims. The school bell ringing out over the hall speakers marks the end of the... Oh, wow. Okay, so I don't have to press H to hide? I can just right click. Oh, wow. I did not know that. Why? Because I never used the mouse for reading. It was always spacebar. The school bell ringing out over the hall speakers marks the end of the grueling battle between Nakatani sensei and I. Beware an old man in a profession where men die young or something. I peer about the classroom as I gather my things into my bag and watch the others do the same. No point in me sticking around either. Excuse me. The third-year students, all exhausted from their own battles, dispersed this way and that, no doubt of their typical lunch... Jesus Christ. Excuse me. No doubt to their typical lunch haunts, which begs the question. How should I spend my lunch break? Who knows where Sayuri is at? I forgot who Kusei is. Ease me, I don't really know the dude like that, and I'm not spending my lunch by myself, so we'll go with that. Since Natsuki apparently doesn't bring her own lunch or even purchase it at the cafeteria, I should get her something from the vending machines. Money from the cash drawer well spent. I can meet up with her at lunchtime afterwards. I'm sure I'd be a pleasant surprise for her. My grip tightens on my back as I smile and feel my face heating up slightly. Then I have an idea. Why not swing by the vending machine that at the abandoned wing of the school? It'd be nice to load up on snacks without anyone staring at me. I mentally mapped the path Natsuki and I took last time before turning on my heel and heading outside. It's funny. Retreading this route alone this time. I peer in and fro, and as I had observed before, there's almost nobody outside, not even beneath the shelter of the skywalks. The only people visible are all in indistinct shapes shifting about underneath the glare of the windows, obscured further by mist and distorting drops that cover the soaked glass. I imagine even to them I am merely a blur in the rain, a shadow shrouded in fog and falling clouds. But I am reminded that none of this should even matter to me. Who cares what all those boring-ass losers think anyway, right? Ring, 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 phone call. Oh, no, it's a text. Huh? Someone texted me. Is it Natsuki? No, it's not. It's not Nat. It's this, this is what we had to deal with last night. I'm not saying that. Do I have to like go on the side? Yep, I have to go to the side.
Did you like the little gift we left you in your locker? You can use that to off yourself to.
Damn.
Just stick it in your wrist and drag it down vertically, nice and easy. How are things going with Sayuri? You know, if we were doing this to her too, she's the type to never tell you about it. Of course, you're also the type never to tell her, aren't you? But seriously, you're just dragging her down with you at this point. Get the hint. You're not the only one we're going to start fucking with. But there's an easy way. You can make this all stop, you know.
That's eerie. Putting a heart after that as well. Oh my gosh. After a short walk further, I find myself standing before what I believe is the window Natsuki and I entered through last time. I grasp the rail of the window sash and give a hefty sideways tug. The hell? I was sure this was the right window, but it seems to be locked. I relax my arms down to the sides of my body, brow furrowing in confusion and contemplation. Had I taken a wrong turn somewhere along the way? It's certainly possible. I was pretty mentally checked out by the time I was watching Natsuki dash about in random directions. But just when I began to step back and assess the situation, I noticed a vague shape shifting behind the window's glare. My heart rate soars as the thought of being caught trying to break in. Before I can make like a banana and split, it opens. However, the window slides open. What in the god? You know, Bento, usually when someone locks a door or window, it's because they don't want people getting inside. Has that ever stopped you before? Nope. Without another word, Natsuki strolls to the opposite wall, sitting on the floor next to some sort of device I see now plugged into the electrical socket. She left the window open. Natsuki? The window? I thought you said you didn't want people getting inside. She stares back at me incredulously before releasing an exasperated sigh. Yes, I did, which means there's some stupid nerd standing around outside the window who I'm waiting on coming inside. I open my mouth to stammer out some sort of nonsense before almost immediately shutting it. Feeling the redness had taken over my face. Damn it, she's gotta be annoyed with me now. Not wanting to risk further annoyance, I carefully and quietly hoist myself into the windowsill, using both my hands and legs. If I went for another tumble, I might as well die of embarrassment right now. And I'm in. Whew. Give me another week and I'll be able to break into the Vatican's secret archives. I close the window behind me, although this time I lock it as well. I feel as though neither of us would appreciate further interruptions. Peering towards Natsuki, I now see that the aforementioned device is actually a Yumiko advanced system, charging via the wall socket as Natsuki stares at the screen impatiently tapping away at the buttons. Funny. Never would have pegged her as one to enjoy the classics. The Nyanyeko swap is what everyone's playing on nowadays. Whatever Natsuki's playing now, though, has her completely enraptured. She doesn't even notice me observing her, but that doesn't make it okay to stare either, so I stop. And instead make my way to the vending machine, pursuing the selection on offer as I dig my wallet out of my pants pocket. Convenience sure as hell ain't cheap, huh? After a moment's further contemplation, I pick a couple of fruit bars, one strawberry, one blueberry, a pack of green tea wafers, a cinnamon roll, and a roll of melon bread. There goes just about my entire budget for a week. But at least this means neither of us will be going hungry. Today, at least. Jesus Christ, Bento, are you hungry or something? It appears the rhythmic whir of snacks being released from the vending machine coils was enough to pull Natsuki's attention from her game. What? Well, it's not here. Lunch is on me today. I say this, presenting the blueberry fruit bar to her. What makes you think I haven't eaten already? Huh? Cause you didn't have lunch last time. She peers at the fruit bar for a moment, as if expecting it for tampering, before shifting her gaze back up to me, though neither of us are able to meet each other's eye. If you think you're gonna get something in return for this, you'll be really disappointed. Even if that something is just you tolerating my company for a while. Natsuki's mouth opens slightly in response. Her upturned brows making it obvious I've said something to upset her, but she speaks before I can apologize. Your company isn't something I need to tolerate, you know? I'm sorry. I apologize, not knowing what else to say. Natsuki sighs loudly, an indication, if I've ever seen one, that her tolerance is reaching its limit. Fine. I'll eat your stupid snacks, okay? But do not make a habit of this, or I'll be biting you instead of the vending machine snacks next time. Got it. I take a seat on the floor next to Natsuki as she unwraps her fruit bar, and I place the rest of the snacks on the floor arrayed before both of us so we may have a pick of the lot. I myself begin peeling away at the plastic packaging of a cinnamon roll before I notice a familiar game on the display of Natsuki's Yumiko advanced system. Taking a bite out of my cinnamon roll, it's rubbery and dense, I watch Natsuki ravishly chow down on her bar before I speak up. Order of Chaos? You're playing Matsutakado, Order or Chaos version. Natsuki gulps down the rest of her fruit bar before that once filled her mouth before a smug grin forms across her visage. Heh. I look like some kind of pleb to you. Harmony, you know, the ultimate version of the bigger list of mons and all the legendaries. Oh, nice. I flash Natsuki a brief smile before going back to nibbling on my cinnamon roll. She gets to work tearing open the packaging of the melon bread while still eyeing me up with the vaguely disapproving look of hers. What does she want from me? So, you a Chaos Head, I'm guessing? Chaos Head? Oh, right. Monsutakoro. Kado. Yeah, actually. How'd you know? Are you kidding me? Monsuta Kado Chaos is the version with all the edgy ass undead and Umbra type monsters. This shit's totally your aesthetic, right? You're not wrong. Didn't realize I was so easy to read. It's cool though. Way better than not having an aesthetic at all, right? So, should I take that to mean you prefer cuter monsters, the early game mammals and the fate type, maybe? How the hell you figured that out? Huh? What? I mean, because you have the pink hair and those pink contacts, and you like baking, and you're so... This is gonna get us punched. This is legitimately gonna get us punched. Because one thing throughout all mods is Natsuki does not like this word. Cute. I mean, since everything about your look is so cute, I figured you like cute things. She was so horrified. Bro, she looked like she was looking at gosh darn gore at front of her. Like, did we look at that freaking face? Oh my gosh. I am not cute. Her voice is loud, shrill, and honestly more than a little terrifying. How was I supposed to know that this would apparently touch a nerve? I fucked up, didn't I? I'm sick of this. I'm sick of assholes like you making assumptions of me. Just where do you get off anyway? Acting like you can read my mind. She's standing up now, right hand tightly gripping the melon bread and left hand clenched tightly into a fist. She looks down at me, face contorted in rage. And if you want to look down on me because I'm so small and so cutesy, maybe try looking in a mirror, because you ain't exactly Amazonian yourself, I love the insults in this game. I stared down at the floor, biting my lip, unable to stop the shaking. We were having such a pleasant chat. How did it end up this way? I'm sorry. Is that all that finds its way out of my mouth? Please just accept it. I can't show it with clasp with a black eye. Bento? Hey, Bento. Hey, come on. Bento! I feel hands gripping my shoulders, shaking me out of my fig. Bento, yo, I wasn't being completely serious, you know? Sorry. Hey kid, it's okay. It's my fault for acting like we're overly familiar or whatever. Should've guessed you'd be the type to freeze up when I raise my voice. But don't you worry. From now on, Auntie Natsuki is going to treat you way more gently. Got it? You don't need to change the way you act for my sake. I just need to grow thicker skin is all. Maybe let's just agree we both have stuff to work on. In the spirit of self-improvement or whatever. I nod and smile faintly, finding this to be a reasonable arrangement. Friendship is based on compromise, after all. And God knows I have a lot of compromising to do. Sorry for fucking up our conversation. No. It's fine. You didn't fuck up anything. Say that again. Say what? Say fucked again. Fuck. Dude, that sounds so weird coming out of your mouth. I didn't even realize you were capable of cussing, Bento. You might be surprised then. Yeah? Don't know, you just seem so gentle all the time. I guess Let me finish reading! Nya, nya, nya. Dude, you barely ate your cinnamon roll. I peered down at the lightly nibbled form of a cinnamon roll laying atop its wrapping on the floor, along the unopened strawberry fruit bar and green tea wafers. I'll eat the rest of it later. You should go ahead and take the rest of the snacks. Nope. She flatly refuses the offer before kneeling down and retrieving both of the remaining snacks, presenting them to me despite my protest. Eventually, I relent and stuff them into my bag. Before turning around and sliding the window open, one after the other, we nimbly haul ourselves outside. Side by side, we make our way back to where our evening classes wait. Remarkably less awkwardly this time around. So yeah, next time, bring your Gamiko, okay? We can train monsters and even battle a bit if you want. That's where we'll see which one of us is the bigger badass. Spoiler, it's me. Okay, now I have to take you down a peg. Hell yeah, that's the spirit. Who knew? Who knew I'd ever have a single competitive bone in my body? But Natsuki, it seems as though she's someone with just so much to prove. Maybe together we can help each other show the world what we're made of. Even if we're just starting with this silly little handheld monster collecting game. Gotta catch 'em up. Okay, no. As we go our separate ways, Natsuki shows me a wide grin while hopping in place and waving goodbye with almost her entire body. I smile back and return a gentle wave of my own. Maybe she really does enjoy my company. Company. And the day goes on. Analytical statistics awaits, and the exam that everyone in the class has been shitting themselves over. I had already emailed the school IT department for my password, and they were surprisingly prompt with providing it. Good thing too. If I couldn't log in for the exam, I'd be screwed. Jesus Christ. The class is 2 hours long normally. Wonder if the exam has enough material to fill the entire time slot. The teacher enters, wholly unaffected by the oppressive atmosphere that chokes in this classroom. And with a click of a button on a remote, the classroom's machinery hums to life. Can't say the same for my classmates. Good evening, class. For many of you, this will be the first time taking an exam on a computerized setting, so let me start by laying down some ground rules. This should go without say, but you will not be allowed internet access for the duration of the exam. Testnav.exe should be the only program open on your workstation. The teacher continues on, mostly pointing out common sense things that nonetheless must be spoken out loud because someone at some point was stupid enough to try it. Meanwhile, I feel the presence loom over my shoulders. I can guess who this is. Psst! Hey, Bento! Hey, Izumi. Man, sucks to be you. I can't imagine having to deal with an exam on my second day of class. I'm not so much worse off than you are. This is only the second week of the semester. I've only actually missed 2 classes. Yeah, I was gonna ask you how that even works. Harley seems... I said, are we all ready to begin? Oh, whoops. Yes, Kakashi Wagi-sensei. My fingers hover over the mechanical keyboard before me, and I recall the password I was given by the school's IT department. I don't know what the password is, but we'll just go by this for a simple Bento. Bento, that's what it was. When I enter Bento into the boot screen, everything fortunately works without a hitch. On screen is a featureless desktop populated only by the recycling bin, the testnav.exe program the teacher said we'd be using for the exam, and another program called Hop. The exam had already started. No use wasting time. Let's get this over with. Easy. By the time I finished, there were still 20 minutes left on the clock. Being that phones are forbidden in the classroom during the exam, however, I had nothing better to do than spend time exploring the HOP program. It seems as though the graphing GUI that this class uses has all sorts of functions. Interquartile, arrange calculations, box plots, histograms. I suck at reading. Feels like I barely scratched the surface in that short time. God damn, what a workout for the brain that was. Feels like smoke's gonna come out of my ears any second now. That bad, huh? What? Mean to say it wasn't bad for you? No, not really. Man, life ain't fair. How is it that you're good at both English and whatever the heck this class is supposed to be? Izumi and I gave each other a wave, his considerably more enthusiastic than mine. Before we separate out of our Before we separate out to our respective classes once more. With that ordeal behind me, I march onward to my final class of the day, art. Apparently, we'll be continuing the still life drawing we began on Tuesday. Aha! Welcome, welcome, welcome! I'm glad we didn't scare you off on Tuesday, Bento. Scare me? It's not like I could just stop showing up to class even when I was scared. Fair point. Still, I think I would have died if I missed out on your unique perspective, the freshman foreigner in my class. He carefully uses the English word foreigner rather than the Japanese gaijin. But I'm not a foreigner. He completely ignores this as he once again addresses the entire class. So, today we would be continuing our still life piece from Tuesday. By the end of class, your line work should be finished and you should get started on shading. That is all. Get drawing! Imagine you're in art class and all of a sudden your teacher just starts screaming at you. Get drawing now. Damn, I remember doing art class, dude. I remember my still art drawing I made. I had to do it on a larger piece of paper than on my sketchbook. Yeah, the art teacher still has that. I don't know, Editor Benzo, I don't know if I can get like a photo here, but if I can you like put the photo of the still art sketch that I made? Thank you very much. Also, how you been, Editor Benzo? You know, it's been a while, you know. We'll try to keep the uploading frequently, you know. Okay, back to thus marks the end of our class and the school day as a whole. I seem to at least be keeping pace with Sasuke-sensei's expectations. Line work is done, shading is started. My right hand's flesh is blackened by graphite. Well, who is you? Main MC vibes. As I observed this phenomenon, I noticed one of my classmates from across the room eyeing me up. Eyeing me up? What do you want, mate? What do you want? What? You're weird, buddy. You're weird. But as soon as our eyes meet, he hefts his backpack and leaves. Like, who the hell makes eye contact like this? We are gone. We are gone. The lockers, stacked on top of one another, like rooms in an apartment building. I suppose that's the future that awaits me once I enter the workforce. Ow! Who the hell smacked me? A mild sting spreads through the back of my skull. This is an awfully familiar feeling. Yeah, she full on sprinted as well. Ow. Suck it up, you big baby. If this is how you treat babies, remind me never to hire you as a sitter. Once we open our umbrellas, Natsuki briskly continues on her way without bothering to look back. I follow, watching her pink pigtails flutter with each bouncy step she takes. Hey kid, I'm guessing you ain't in the club yet? Since you're going home early and everything. Yeah, I've yet to find the club to join. Actually, speaking of which, why aren't you at your club? I was getting to that. Our first meeting this semester ain't till tomorrow. Our president is dealing with some official school bullshit or something. Anyway, that's not important. You seem like a huge nerd, so come join the literature club. See, now this is where the literature club is actually presented into this. Mind you, now there's been 3 parts and not a single mention of the literature club. Literature club? You're in the literature club? Fuck you. Don't look so surprised. I enjoy all sorts of literature. Yellow Jacket, Killing Secret, Part Fake Girls. But those are all what, motherfucker? Manga? Go on, say what you're about to say. I silently decline Natsuki's provocation, instead simply looking away and clutching my arms protectively around myself. Natsuki seems to simmer down after a few seconds from this. It's not like whether you join the literature club is important to me anyway. It's just that I'm the newest member right now, which means if you come aboard, I'll get to have a newbie to boss around. I don't know where Natsuki learned her recruitment tactics from, but I think she should get it refunded. Oh yeah, this is like having a giggle at my expense. So I was playing Matsutakato earlier in between classes, and just randomly, I wasn't even hunting for the fucker. A shiny Drubble appears. Whoa. Doesn't Drubble alone only have like a 1.5 encounter rate? Yeah. He was so pretty too, he turns red and black instead of brown and white, so I catch him, no trouble at all. And then I check the stats. Motherfucker has the humble inclination. Ouch. Isn't that plus magic minus attack? Sure is. So off to storage he went. Aw. Surely the game isn't hard enough that you need to minimize slash max. Of course it isn't, but it's still gonna bother me like hell. Bastard will leave an enemy with 1 HP left, and I'll be like, yep, that happened because of my shit luck. RNG given and RNG taketh away. Truthfully, I was hoping she would decide to use it, because that means she'd be facing me with a suboptimal monster if we were to paddle. Hey Natsuki, I'm going this way today. I gesture towards the direction of the nearest Rainbow Express convenience store. Eh? The fuck for? I need to pick up some groceries from the convenience store. Oh, fuck yeah. If you're hitting the conbini, count me in. I can't read. I see no reason to object, so I continue on my way. Admittedly, it is nice to have her tagging along as I perform this chore. Oh, what you need. Welcome. A roughly and unenthusiastic voice calls out as an almost automated reaction to the front doorbell. I don't bother to answer. I bet neither of us are up for chit-chat. Natsuki wastes no time marveling in the sights and smells. She dashes over to the media racks and starts flipping through what looks like a monthly manga magazine. I could be mistaken for a babysitter were she not wearing the same uniform as me. Once I'm on the non-perishable food aisle, I start loading my hand basket with as many instant ramen packs as they could fit. 55 yen per packet. Not bad. Natsuki whizzes by me as I'm doing so, her attention apparently now occupied by the snacks aisle. She leans forward, transfixed by the cocky varieties on show. Once I am satisfied with the number of cheap, non-perishable goods I have obtained, I make my way to the front desk. My basket's heavy with carbs. Yo! Are you seriously buying nothing except packaged noodles? Huh? Isn't that unusual? Fuck it. Of course it's unusual! Your parents are totally loaded and they're sending you to buy groceries and this is what you got? She says, picking up a bucket of ramen and waving it in my face. Buy something for yourself, for fuck's sake. Get some coffee or some chips or some apple juice. Natsuki, if there's something you want, I'll see if I can buy it for you. This isn't about me. This is about you and how boring and sad you are. Natsuki crosses her arms and sulks. She's gonna stay like this until I do something, isn't she? Tell you what. Oh, Pocky. Oh, what is this? Oh, something's running out my nose. Not fun. Tell you what. I'll buy a box of chocolate coffee, but only if we split it on the way home. I don't know why I was speaking in my regular tone. She eyes me suspiciously, sizing me up before huffing the expelled air carrying the tension from her body. Fine. You're too fucking sweet for your own good, Bento. The additional provisions thusly secured, I stroll up to the counter with my hoard of pre-packaged ramen and one box of chocolate cookie sticks. The cashier, she's wearing a Surabato high uniform, albeit with the blazer tied to her waist. She must have come straight here after school. Wonder if a part-time job waives the club membership requirements. I've seen corpses with more enthusiasm than this girl, but at least she does her job quietly and without unnecessary chatter. All depths are squared. Time to leave this brightly colored place behind us and venture once more out to the endless sun gray. Once we break into the box of processed pastries, Natsuki seems to be in a much better mood. Who knew all it takes is a bit of sugar and to put some spring in her step? We part ways at the street corner where Natsuki heads downhill and I head up. She even taking me for the snacks. Capitalism sure is miraculous. And you may find yourself in a beautiful house with a beautiful wife. And you may ask yourself, well, how did I get here? Letting the days go by. Let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by. Water flowing underground. I'm home. I sigh. Half the bags full of groceries and continue walking forward. Seems Mom's not home, as usual, but that's no excuse to be slovenly. I open the pantry door, pick an empty shelf, and begin inserting ramen packets, row by row, stacking them to the top of one another. The shelf is wide enough to accommodate 6 packets per row, with a depth of 2 totaling 12 per row. Easy fit. Just add instant broth, and that's dinner done with. Shit. Maybe I should have bought eggs. Oh, well, eggs are expensive nowadays. I see what you did there. I take the steaming bowl and a pair of chopsticks upstairs to my room, reveling in the warm steam on my face and the vaguely chicken-flavored aroma it carries. I place the bowl on top of my nightstand and dig through my bag. The chemistry homework is due tomorrow. Better knock it out of the way. It's probably a shit idea to eat ramen next to my homework, but whatever. I'm not a messy slurper. Editor Bento, you know what to do with that. The homework occupies the next couple of hours. Once it's done with, I think about how best to spend the rest of my night. But first, I need to change out of my uniform. Ring, 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 phone call, ring, 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 ring. Oh no, it's not a phone call, it's a freaking text. I'm home. Hi, home. Oh my fucking yeah. Are you excited for tomorrow? Of course I am. What is tomorrow? I've already taken my sleepy pills because I want to be up today. Because I want today to end. Lol. Everyone will be so psyched to meet you. I'm hoping for less psyched and more pleasantly cordial. Aww. You'll be fine, you big softy. And they'll all love you. I think Sayori has the right idea. But let's not keep tomorrow waiting. I think Sayori's already in the club at this point. I think it was revealed in part 1. I crawl under the covers, lie my head onto the pillows, and let the heavy weight of exhaustion pull me ever downward into the underworld. Is that chapter done? Whoa.
Sayori would have been fine if it wasn't for me. The vast majority have never even once considered suicide. For some people, happiness just isn't in the cards. Wanna kill yourself?
Whoa! We're very depressed, aren't we?
Sayori's story will continue.
Short intermission. Okay, we are back, but that was... Okay, I don't know why I'm touching this stuff, but... Whoa. Okay, I did not know that was the end of that. Okay. So, this will probably be the only freaking mod showcase that I have on my channel that does not have a part to it. So, that was, I was not expecting this one to be short. I really was not. Hold up. I can't type. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now that I'm looking at it, okay, it is a demo. What I downloaded was a demo release. Wait, I don't even know if this is the end or not. Okay. Because this thing is a heavy base choice. It is a choice. It is a heavy-based one. It's a choice-heavy route-based drama romance mod. Yeah, the structure has four routes with 2 acts each. Choices, yes. There is a bad ending. I don't know if that's one. I'm guessing because I chose Natsuki, I've gone on the Natsuki path. I think. I don't know if we're supposed to go into gosh darn into like the actual club or not or something, because as I'm seeing it, there has been Downpour videos from last year where all routes are completed and whatnot. So I will check on that. I will also check on this and choose other people. So I will now go choosing Sayori, and maybe that will be the Sayori route. I have zero clue. I recorded though, so it's like actual genuine reaction when I'm doing it. But if it's not, then I'll just have to look into it. But yeah, it seems like that's just the end of that part. Anyway, it's I'm gonna try to get this I'm gonna try to get this edited as soon as possible, because I do want to get something out and all that. But anyway, that has been Doki Doki Downpour. A very depressing gosh darn mod, but it had some nice music to it. Like I said, I'll look into this, and if not, then next video will either be a different type of game or a mod video. I'm gonna have to look at the mods that are available. And that. But anyways, I need to remember. I need to remember my outro. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, why not hit that like button? And hey, if you enjoy this type of content, I intend on making more of this type of content, so why not subscribe? This has been your boy Bento. This has been Doki Doki Downraid. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bento out. I was trying to remember. Bento out.